Blackheads are one of the most common forms of acne, and preventing them usually has much more to do with patience, consistency, and gentle daily habits than with harsh scrubbing or dramatic quick fixes. A blackhead forms when oil, dead skin cells, and debris collect inside a pore, and the surface of that clogged material is exposed to air, which makes it darken. So the main goal is to reduce buildup while keeping the skin barrier calm instead of irritated. A gentle routine is usually the most dependable routine. Wash your face with a mild cleanser and lukewarm water in the morning and again at night. And if you sweat heavily after exercise, yard work, or a long, humid day, it makes sense to cleanse afterward in a gentle way, instead of letting sweat, oil, sunscreen, and residue sit on the skin for hours. What usually does not help is washing your face over and over throughout the day, rubbing hard with rough cloths, grinding gritty scrubs into the skin, or treating blackheads as if they were dirt that can simply be polished away with force. Too much friction often leaves the skin red, tight, and irritated, while the clogged pores remain right where they were. It is also important not to squeeze, pinch, scrape, or try to dig out blackheads with fingernails or random tools at home, because that can increase inflammation and may leave marks or scars that last much longer than the original problem. Choose skincare, sunscreen, makeup, and hair products that are labeled non-comedogenic, oil-free, or water-based when possible, because heavier, oily products can worsen congestion. If you use waxes, pomades, or rich leave-in hair products, try to keep them away from the forehead, temples, and sides of the face, because those areas often react badly to residue. Remove makeup completely before bed, change pillowcases and face towels regularly, and try not to spend the whole day pressing your cheek into your hand while reading, scrolling, or watching television. If your skin tolerates active ingredients, salicylic acid can help loosen dead skin and reduce pore buildup, and adapalene can also be useful because it helps prevent pores from clogging over time. But the wise approach is to start slowly, use one main active product at a time, and stay steady rather than trying several strong products in one impatient weekend. A lightweight moisturizer can still help even if your skin is oily, because irritated, dehydrated skin often becomes harder to manage, and sunscreen matters too, especially if you use exfoliating or retinoid-type products. So finding a comfortable, lightweight sunscreen is worth the effort. Prevention is usually quiet and repetitive in the best possible way. Gentle cleansing, sensible products, patience, and resisting the urge to punish your face because progress is slower than your mood. Improvement often takes time, so think of blackhead prevention as maintenance rather than battle. Keep expectations realistic, stay gentle, and remember that calmer skin usually comes from steady habits rather than dramatic effort. If your skin is easily irritated, less is often more. If a product consistently makes your skin feel greasy, sticky, itchy, or more congested, simplify your routine and give your skin time to settle. If you wear makeup often, fully removing it at night is a simple habit that can make a real difference over time. And if acne becomes painful, deep, widespread, or starts leaving scars or dark marks, it is much smarter to get help from a clinician than to keep improvising in frustration. Now that the practical skin part is complete, let us leave the bathroom mirror behind and travel to a retirement community in the United States, where nobody cared very much about clogged pores, but everybody cared intensely about proper bus seating, discount shoes, and whether a grown man over 78 should ever wear elastic waist tropical shorts in public unless he had either boat access or a doctor's note. The place was called Hickory Trace Villas, a cheerful retirement community in western Pennsylvania where the sidewalks were broad, the hedges were obedient, the mailboxes all leaned at slightly different angles for reasons nobody admitted, and the community shuttle bus was known as the Bluebird, even though it was beige and shaped like a loaf of bread with mirrors. Every Thursday, the Bluebird took a group of residents into town for practical errands: pharmacy pickups, bank visits, new sneakers, discount towels, birthday cards, and sometimes a cinnamon pretzel large enough to make a bad decision feel justified. The trip was ordinary in theory and theatrical in practice, because any vehicle carrying 14 retirees, 8 tote bags, 3 emergency umbrellas, 1 folding cane, and a running argument about where to find decent tomatoes is never truly ordinary. The unofficial captain of these excursions was 76-year-old Ruth Delaney, a retired school secretary with silver hair swept into a neat twist, reading glasses on a black cord, and the calm gaze of a woman who had once coordinated 3 school assemblies, a snow delay phone tree, and a principal with opinions about bulletin board borders. Ruth lived in Unit 5C with 2 ferns, a kitchen drawer full of sorted coupons, and an honorable collection of travel mugs she never actually traveled with. Her closest friend in Hickory Trace was Walter Boone, age 81, widower, former owner of a hardware and seed store, wearer of soft brown loafers and suspenders with little trout on them, and a man who believed every day should begin with coffee, and every problem should sit down before speaking. Walter had a face that looked mildly skeptical even while being kind, which made him ideal for both negotiations and soup. Their regular Thursday crew also included Dolores Pike, a former beauty salon owner with coral lipstick, dramatic scarves, and enough bracelets to create sound effects for her own opinions. Harold Penn, retired accountant, lover of clipboards, exact change, and morally strong coffee. Mabel Ross, former church organist, maker of famous oatmeal cookies, and destroyer of weak pie crust arguments. Estelle Harper, who spoke softly and laughed like a kettle discovering gossip. Franklin Frank Dobbins, a former dentist who had become unreasonably passionate about orthopedic shoes. And June Holloway, who always said she wasn't curious about other people and then somehow knew whose grandson had bought a motorcycle, whose cat had diabetes, and which apartment had mysteriously ordered 6 pounds of walnuts. On the first Thursday in October, the air was cool enough for light jackets and warm enough for grumbling about whether the season was committing properly. Ruth boarded the Bluebird carrying a shopping list and a cloth bag with a spare cardigan in case stores are trying too hard with the air conditioning. Walter followed with his cap, his patience, and a folded local coupon circular. Dolores arrived in sunglasses large enough to be visible from modest orbit. Harold had a pencil behind one ear and a little notebook labeled Thursday Items. Mabel carried a tin of cookies for low-sugar morale. By 9:05, everyone was seated and murmuring. Their usual driver, a kind man named Darnell, who had mastered the art of pretending not to hear seatback commentary, was out with a pulled muscle. In his place was a cheerful temporary driver named Kyle, perhaps 24 years old, red-haired, polite, and so visibly eager to do well that 3 residents distrusted him instantly. "Morning, folks," Kyle said. "I've got the route right here." Harold nodded gravely. That's what pilots say before weather. The route was simple. First the pharmacy, then the discount department store, then the shoe warehouse, then the strip mall with the coffee shop and craft store, and home by 1. But roads, like casserole recipes and distant cousins, rarely stay simple out in the world. 10 minutes after leaving Hickory Trace, Kyle hit a detour sign due to utility work. He followed the orange arrows faithfully, then another detour, then a police redirect near the fairgrounds. Then, because the county had apparently decided that traffic should be choreographed by raccoons, the bus was rerouted again and again until even Walter had stopped pretending he knew where the road intended to go. "Young man," Dolores called toward the front, "are we still in Pennsylvania?" "I think so," Kyle replied, which was not the answer anyone wanted. The Bluebird rounded one last turn past a row of hay bales and handmade wooden signs, and suddenly rolled into a large field full of white tents, colorful banners, pickup trucks, folding chairs, craft stalls, and the distinctive sight of alpacas wearing little ribbons on their halters. Kyle slowed the bus to a stop and squinted through the windshield. A sign near the gate read, "Welcome to the Tri-County Fiber and Fleece Festival." The bus fell silent. It takes a great deal to silence a full senior shuttle, but 40 alpacas can do it. Finally, Frank spoke. "Well," he said, "this is